Yuta has achieved a significant milestone in the latest chapter leaks, delivering the anticipated moments fans have been eagerly awaiting. The demise of Kenjaku has been confirmed, and Yuta has unleashed his domain. Let's delve into the leaked panels for a detailed breakdown. In the previous chapter, Yuta decisively severed Kenjaku's head, returning shortly afterward to Shinjuku to engage in a fierce clash with Sukuna. Upon entering the battle, Yuta displayed his full prowess against Sukuna, aided by Rika attempting to bring down the formidable curse. The new chapter commences with a brief flashback, shedding light on the moment Yuta sliced Kenjaku's head. This chapter promises insights into Kenjaku's enigmatic comment regarding his enduring will. Following Kenjaku's beheading, a multitude of cursed spirits emerged as a result of a technique employed by Kenjaku. Despite the challenging situation, Yuta effortlessly dispatched all the cursed spirits by swiftly wielding his katana. To address the rampant cursed spirits, Yuta summoned Rika, the Queen of Curses, who adeptly dealt with the situation. In the midst of the chaos, Kenjaku's decapitated head was observed soaring through the air. In this moment, Kenjaku instructs Kogan to implement a rule granting Megumi Fushiguro the authority to merge the barrier between Tengen and humans. This significant development arises from Sukuna's control over Megumi's body, thereby conferring him the authority to execute Kenjaku's will. It becomes apparent that this arrangement is Kenjaku's contingency plan to ensure the continuation of his intentions. Kenjaku's intentions seem centered around causing chaos through his apparent demise and utilizing the ensuing confusion to escape into the divergence. Alternatively, this strategy would provide him with the necessary time to grant Sukuna the authority to merge the barrier between Tengen and humans. In the preceding chapter, Sukuna was depicted consuming a shiny object, which is confirmed to be Tengen's womb. Transitioning to the current scene, Kenjaku informs Yuta that he has devised a contingency plan. This plan includes the establishment of a ritual of inheritance with Sukuna, implying the transfer of authority to merge the barrier. The culmination of these events signifies Sukuna's newfound ability to execute Kenjaku's plans for merging the barriers between Tengen and humanity. Following the sequence of events, Kenjaku proceeds to send Tengen's embryo to Sukuna, who had consumed it in the preceding chapter. In a climactic moment, Yuta successfully pierces through Kenjaku's head, bringing an end to the notorious sorcerer who had persisted for 1,000 years. In a symbolic sense, Yuta carries on the will of his teacher, Gojo, who had refrained from surrendering the body of his deceased friend, Geto, to Jujutsu High. Kenjaku exploits this situation by taking over Geta's body, but thanks to Yuta, Geto can finally find peace. Kenjaku's parting words express a peculiar sentiment. He acknowledges that the last person he engaged with was Takaba, yet he refrains from claiming 1,000 years' worth of enjoyment from their interactions. Instead, he directs his attention to someone else, saying, "Now it's your turn." The likelihood is that Kenjaku is referring to Sukuna, given their shared millennia-long existence. Returning to the current events, the panel depicts Yuta, observing Sukuna's reverse-cursed technique output gradually returning to normal. This suggests that Sukuna might soon regain the ability to use his domain, Malevolent Shrine. However, there is a hopeful desire expressed that Yuta manages to defeat Sukuna before such a resurgence occurs. The revelation confirms that Sukuna was unable to utilize his domain while inside Higuruma's domain. Yuta reflects on his decision, lamenting that he should have joined the Sukuna decapitating squad instead of pursuing Kenjaku. There's a realization that if Yuta had been part of the team earlier, they might have been successful in hitting Sukuna with the executioner's sword. Despite these contemplations, Yuta dismisses the regretful thoughts and reassures himself that going after Kenjaku was the best course of action. The narrative emphasizes that Yuta's swift disposal of the cursed spirits would have been a challenging feat for anyone else. Yuta's prioritization of the safety of others distinguishes him as someone who values lives, in stark contrast to Kenjaku's perspective. This dichotomy underscores Yuta's commitment to protecting civilians and positions him as the antithesis of Kenjaku. Returning to the battle, Yuta engages Sukuna by slashing his katana, but Sukuna manages to seize control of it. Yuta, Sensing the unusual nature of Sukuna's grip, realizes that Sukuna isn't physically holding the katana. Instead, it appears that Sukuna is employing small slashes, creating a sort of net in space to control the weapon. While this interpretation might be subject to further clarification in the actual chapter, the leaked translations suggest Sukuna's use of mini-slashes to manipulate the katana. Deciding to change tactics, Yuta releases the katana and opts for a punch, targeting Sukuna's stomach where his mouth is located. The impact is evident, with Sukuna visibly affected by the punch. Yuta, along with Rika, continues their dual attack on Sukuna. Despite the effectiveness of their strikes, Yuta once again blames himself for the current situation. He acknowledges that his initial goal was to personally finish off Kenjaku, contributing to the unfolding events. In the subsequent panel, the highly anticipated moment finally unfolds as Yuta initiates his domain expansion, named True and Mutual Love. The significance of the name is emphasized as it aligns with Yuta's character, who draws strength from the power of love and friendship. Inside Yuta's domain, a visually striking scene reveals numerous katanas embedded in the ground, symbolizing the unlimited copies of cursed techniques at Yuta's disposal. Selecting one of the katanas, Yuta attacks Sukuna with an icebreaker technique, a move he had previously copied from one of his adversaries. Sukuna responds by utilizing the hollow wicker basket to counter the attack. Described as an old prototype of the simple domain, the hollow wicker basket nullifies cursed techniques in a refined manner. While the details of this countermeasure are not elaborated on, the narrative suggests its effectiveness in neutralizing Yuta's offensive move within the domain. Following the effective use of the icebreaker by Yuta, it becomes evident that Sukuna's face bears substantial damage. Yuta reaffirms his determination to bring an end to Sukuna while operating within his domain. The visible harm on Sukuna's face prompts recognition from the cursed spirit, who identifies Yuta as the one with spirit possession and a cursed technique of copying. Yuta's strategy unfolds as he aims to continuously employ the sure hit on Sukuna, forcing him to repeatedly activate the hollow wicker basket. Simultaneously, Yuta intends to seal off half of Sukuna's face and arms, recognizing that these are fundamental components for incantations. Sukuna's superior body, with 4 hands and 2 mouths, allows for more efficient execution of incantations and hand signs. Within his domain expansion, Yuta can persistently attack Sukuna with unlimited copies of various cursed techniques, a capability exclusive to this unique environment. Sukuna finds himself limited in options, compelled to contend with 3 simultaneous sure-hit attacks, one from Yuta, one from Rika, and one from Yuji, who is also present within the domain. The tactical advantage lies with Yuta, positioning Sukuna in a challenging predicament against the coordinated assault within the domain. The primary objective appears to be orchestrating a scenario where Yuji delivers the finishing blow. By utilizing his soul-striking power, Yuji can potentially damage Sukuna's soul, capturing it and subsequently tearing apart Megumi's body. The punch thrown by Yuji in Chapter 244, which had visibly moved Sukuna, is now confirmed to have inflicted damage to Sukuna's soul. This success is attributed to Yuki's soul book, and Yuji consuming various cursed objects during the time skip, including the remaining death-painting wombs. As the leaks for this chapter conclude, Sukuna mockingly applauds Yuji, remarking, "Good for you, you have finally found a role." This sets the stage for an anticipated and pivotal chapter ahead. While it seems that the story may be reaching a conclusion, the possibility of Gege continuing the narrative remains. Thank you for joining in this video, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.